Soft and buttery homemade peanut butter cookies just like mom and grandma used to make. I'll show you how, so stick around. Aloha mai kako, my name is Relle and welcome to my kitchen where I like to share all my favorite Hawaiian and local recipes. And I don't know about you, but homemade, fresh, baked cookies are some of my favorites. So let's make some. Today we'll be making some peanut butter cookies. And we'll start with the dry ingredients, some all-purpose flour. If you don't have all-purpose, you can swap it out for other ones, but all-purpose tends to work the best, so I like to do that. And then a little bit of baking powder. Baking powder adds some rise to it. All recipe instructions and ingredients are listed in the description box below, and a little bit of salt. So you can always check that out there, or you can go to the blog and read up all about it. Growing up, my mom was a home baker, so we love to bake and make cookies especially. So peanut butter cookies, one of my favorites. So dry ingredients mixed, we'll put that off to the side. Now wet ingredients. So we've got some brown sugar. This is golden brown. You can use light or dark. If you use dark, it's more, molassesy flavor. And then we've got a little bit of granulated sugar. If you want to use sugar alternatives, you can, but I have not tested this recipe with it. And then some softened room temperature unsalted butter. We already put salt in the dry ingredients. So if you use salted butter, then I would omit the salt that you add into the dry ingredients. So then we'll just lift the bowl. I had a feeling it wasn't plugged in. Hold on real quick. And I'm back. Have to plug it in. You need to plug it in to make it work. Do you need to use a stand mixer? No, but it makes life a whole lot easier. So you're gonna mix this until light and fluffy. It's usually a couple of minutes. So I'll show you what it looks like. All right, the longer you beat it, the more light and fluffy it gets. Then into this, we're gonna add some vanilla extract. Vanilla, I make my own homemade recipe. You can check out the recipe here or in the description box below. I'll leave the link. Super easy. Or you can use the store-bought one. Totally up to you. So put that in. And then an egg. But I don't like to put the egg straight in there because sometimes you get dud eggs, like that has yucky stuff in it. And you don't want that in your mix because then it'll ruin the whole mix. So if you crack it first and then you know, okay, it's good, so we'll put it in. Don't tip over. I like stacked everything on the side. Okay. You're gonna mix that until everything is well combined and it gives you like this doughy paste. And it'll look like that. And of course, you can't have peanut butter cookies without peanut butter. So that's where our sponsor comes in. Mahalo to Foodland Hawaii for sponsoring this video. And we'll be using Maika'i Peanut Butter. I chose the honey and macadamia nut one that we can try today. They have regular, they also have a crunchy one of this. This is the creamy, smooth. It doesn't say, but the one with it's non-crunchy. They have a coconut one, but totally up to you. I like the flavor of this one, so I figured let's try it in the cookies. So we'll do that. I already scooped it out, so I didn't have to fight with it to get it going. But then you'll put the peanut butter in. Peanut butter, like, I don't know. I like peanut butter. As a kid, my dad, he does not like peanut butter. So as a kid, when my mom would make us peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I would take off the jelly side and swap with my dad. So he would have a jelly sandwich, 2 sides of jelly, and mine would have 2 sides of peanut butter. Now I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, that's fine. But as a kid, I was always being a sport and swapping it with my dad so he didn't have to eat the peanut butter. Okay, mix that up. Just until it's incorporated like that. This is when I wish I had a tilt head one. If you've got one of those, that's so awesome because it makes it a lot easier. But I don't have one. So I'm gonna take it out just so I don't make a disastrous mess. And then the dry ingredients go into the wet. You'll just put the bowl back on and you're just gonna wanna mix, make sure you have the little hook thing on. You're just gonna wanna mix it until it's incorporated. Don't overmix it, then you'll have tough cookies and those are not good. You always wanna stop somewhere through and scrape down the sides just to make sure all your ingredients are getting well incorporated because oftentimes things stick to the side and sometimes whatever you put in won't get mixed in if you don't wipe it off of the side. Once or twice, make sure you do that just to get everything mixed. One more whirl. And that's how the cookie crumbles. So it looks like this. It's kind of a wetter. Is wetter dough a word? I guess so, huh? Use that same spatula and scrape off all that goodness. As a kid, my favorite pastime, don't tell my mom, was sneaking and eating cookie dough off of whatever, you know, before you put it into the sink to wash it. Oh, don't worry, Mom, I'll put it in the sink for you. You don't want to eat raw cookie dough. It has raw eggs in it, has raw flour in it. I mean, I turned out just fine, but not a recommended idea. Now, you want to get your cookies about the same size so they bake at the same rate. So I like to use one of these cookie scoops. I'll link the one I have below. It's perfect size for cookies. What you do is you'll go, and I like to just run it on the bottom of the bowl. So you have a flat like this, and then you'll put it out. They will spread a little, so you want to make some space. If you want less spreading, you can put it in the fridge and cool it down, but I don't know, I like to do it like this. So give them about an inch or so in between. All right, now classic, I probably could have scooted it down and made one more roll, but oh well. Okay, classic peanut butter cookies. They have that crisscross mark, but little trick. Oftentimes your fork will stick like that. See how it's not super obvious that there's that crisscross mark on it? When you use the scooper, it doesn't really get you that. But what you can do is, if you really want it super smooth, you can roll it with your hands, and then the crisscross mark is a little more obvious. But you see how it sticks? So trick to not get it to stick, you take a little bit of sugar and you dip your fork in the sugar, and then you can push it down and it comes right off. And you see, I don't know if you guys can see, but you see how the crisscross marks on this one are much more noticeable. So this one we didn't roll by hand, yeah? So if you push this one down, because it's a little more rustic, I'll call it, the hatch marks, oh well, there, it's a little better. We'll go through, we'll do those all, and we'll get those in the oven. So hold on real quick. I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then, oh yeah, I forgot, I had a silicone mat underneath. You can use parchment paper or nonstick cooking spray if you want. It just makes it so much easier to come off. So we'll take this and we'll go ahead and bake it for about 10 minutes or until golden brown, and I'll show you what they look like at the end. And that's how you make peanut butter cookies, just like Mom used to make. And I have a special guest who wants to try some with me. This is my son. What's your name?
Kaiten.
All right, take one. Cheers. Is it good?
Yep.
If you like this recipe and you want to see more, then check out this video here. And until next time, hui ho!
Thank you for watching my mommy's video.